And joining me now is Asaduddin Owaisi, the AIMIM MP, who's just returned from one of the all-party delegations. Appreciate you joining us here, Mr. Owaisi. You've been traveling and gone to at least 4 countries: Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Algeria. Give us a sense of what is the biggest takeaway that you've had from all your interactions, particularly when it comes to how does the world now see what happened in Pahalgam and then Operation Sindoor?
Well, each of these 4 countries which we have gone to, they have condemned the Pahalgam attack. And they are very important for us because out of these 4, one is now presently a member of non-permanent member of Security Council. One country would become in next year, and all these 4 countries are part of Middle East, North Africa, FATF. So we will be requiring their help, and all these 3 Gulf countries are members. All these 4 countries are members of OIC. The 3 Gulf countries are part of GCC. And so they had some questions they were asking us. One was, why don't you speak to Pakistan? So we reminded them, we explained to them that after 26/11, which happened in Mumbai, our investigators went all the way to Pakistan, gave them the DNA samples, gave them audio recordings of terrorists sitting in Pakistan directing attacks in Mumbai. We had shown them that a live terrorist was caught because of bravery of the Mumbai police. Nothing happened. Then we also reminded them that in Pathankot, the ISI, in my opinion, was wrongly allowed by this government to come to Pathankot, but nothing happened. Pakistan didn't cooperate. It was only when Pakistan was put in FATF in 2018 that the trial of 26/11 moved. But unfortunately, we also reminded them of this classic case of Sajid Mir. Now, Sajid Mir was the main master planner of 26/11. Pakistan was saying he's dead.
While they condemned terrorism, did they condemn Pakistan? Because these are OIC countries which in the past have raised the Kashmir issue as well. Did you see them? Are they willing to outrightly condemn the Pakistani army state?
Well, you see, some countries were definitely not happy with what Pakistan is indulging in. Some countries were telling us, why don't you speak to them? We reminded Saudi Arabia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, that you have given a loan to them of what, $2 billion in 22. And then in 24, I think so, they've extended a $14 billion loan. We told them that where is the money going? It is going to their army. It's not going for the development. So yes, in our meetings, they were concerned about this whole thing which happened. But we had to explain to them that we were compelled to react in the way we reacted. Had Pahalgam not happened, why would we go and attack only 9 proscribed organizations head office?
But
we would have retaliated had Pakistan kept quiet, but we had to retaliate.
But are these countries aware that Pakistan has misused religion to spread terror? Are they aware of the fact and the manner in which Pahalgam was, the attacks were carried out? And therefore, these Islamic countries, are they aware what Pakistan is doing to Islam across the world by using terror as an instrument to target India?
Well, they are aware. They are definitely aware. They are definitely aware. You cannot say they are not aware. We reminded them.
No, why don't they speak out then against Pakistan, Mr. Owaisi?
Well, you should ask them. I am not a spokesperson of these 4 countries, but my job as a member of the delegation was to put forward India's viewpoint, to explain to them if they have any questions. But what policy they will adopt, I think so Rajiv Sardesai should fly down to all these 4 countries and speak to people we have met, but this was not our job. Our job was to go and explain to them that India has been a victim of terrorism, perpetrated, sponsored and aided by Pakistan, and many countries accepted that yes, terrorism has happened. We reminded the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia when we met our interlocutors that in May 2003 in Riyadh, where we met all these His Excellencies, that it was attacked by Al-Qaeda. 8 years ago, Houthis have launched a missile attack at Aramco. In Algeria, we know for a fact. So, all these countries are against Daesh. They are against Al-Qaeda. So we have told them that there is no difference between LET or this Resistance Front and JEM or JAM. They all subscribe to a takfiri ideology of killing any person, Muslim or non-Muslim. So this viewpoint we had sent, we had told them that these 2 emails which were sent by this organization accepting this Pahalgam massacre were sent from an area which is close to the Pakistani military cantonment. So we have shown them that there is a proof, and we have told these countries that this TRF organization is not which suddenly erupted or came on April 22nd. India had informed the United Nations Sanction Committee 1262 in December 2024 that there is a resistance front, which is a new name for LET. We informed them twice I think so in 24. So all in all, all of us have whatever intellectual capacity we had, whatever information we had put forward the best case of India and ensured that they remember that Pakistan wants to destabilize not only South Asia but the whole region over here.
You're saying that you hope that these visits will have a positive impact. One of the interesting aspects, Mr. Owaisi, is that while all of you have gone and spoken out in one voice abroad, in India we are seeing the divisions playing out within. Amit Shah goes to Bengal, accuses Mamata Banerjee of opposing Operation Sindoor, which she actually hasn't, but accuses her of playing vote bank politics. You've had Rahul Gandhi targeting Prime Minister Modi, claiming he surrendered Narendra Modi. How do you respond to that? That while you've gone abroad, defending India within, the BJP is attacking the Congress, Congress is attacking BJP, BJP and Trinamool in a face-off. How do you respond to what's happening at home?
That is our democracy at work. We are not Pakistan. We are not those countries where they have theocracy or kings. This is our democracy at its best. We have the right to criticize each other. We are criticizing, but at the same time, you have the TMC member, part of the delegation. You have all Congress members who are part of the delegation. You have Supriya Sule who is heading a delegation. You have Kanimozi.
But isn't it sending out wrong signals, Mr. Owaisi, with due regard? The fact is, if you all speak in one voice abroad and you speak in very discordant voices at home, you're saying it's a triumph of democracy. But at the end of the day, doesn't it send out mixed signals?
Well, what matters is that when you're abroad, you're representing India. What is the language that you're using? The language is different. You're in India. So you're part of a political party. Of course, that is our democracy working. That is how, we can say that we are exercising our freedom of expression. Yes, we might say sometimes we cannot say what we want to say. We can also say that Rajiv Sardesai cannot say what he wants to say sitting at this place. But then again, still a democracy is there, isn't it?
No. You see, there are those, for example, CPI's D. Raja, while calling for a special session of Parliament, Mr. Owaisi has just said, it is unacceptable that foreign governments will be briefed while India's own Parliament and people remain in the dark. How do you respond? Do you believe that even before the foreign delegations were sent out, there should have been a special session of Parliament? Or do you believe there should be a special session of Parliament now?
No, but the brief that was given to us, the whole nation knows. I mean, I went along with Group 1 headed by my good friend Jay Panda. Was it with the information that we had Was that information not in the public realm in India? It was there in public realm in India. Yes, it would have been good if a parliament session would have been called. But now when today monsoon parliament session dates have been announced, my party will definitely demand that a proper discussion should take place on Pahalgam, the security lapse which happened in Pahalgam, who's accountable for it. There should be a discussion. And if the Modi government says it's a sensitive issue, we will not allow a discussion. I want to remind this government through you, through your channel, is that the parliamentary rules provide you to have an in-camera discussion, wherein without media reporting any of it. This was done, I think so, once in 1960s. The same can happen, but definitely there are pointed questions will be raised against the government. And how did this security lapse happen? Who's accountable for it? And subsequently, what would be a deterrence policy? So I hope, but as far as my party is concerned, we will be definitely demanding that such a discussion take place in the forthcoming monsoon session, which will be held in
So what you're saying, Mr. Owaisi, is interesting. You're saying you've gone abroad, you've exposed Pakistan as a perpetrator of terror, brought out the difference between India as a victim and Pakistan as a perpetrator. You've used very strong words against Pakistan, but you're saying now that you're back in India, you will continue to raise some of the inconvenient questions like security lapses in Pahalgam and other related questions. Am I correct?
These are not inconvenient. These are the most important questions which the nation would want to know. If you say it inconvenient, why should I say it inconvenient? This is a proper question that has to be asked with our government. We'll definitely ask it.
No, the reason I'm asking you, Mr. Owaisi,
you're part of a delegation, which is the
sure, you're making a distinction between going on a foreign delegation abroad, all-party delegation abroad, and your role as a opposition leader in this country. My point, the reason I ask you this is because leaders like you have often been demonized in recent times. You've been among those who've often been termed as anti-national when you speak out at home. Now suddenly people are celebrating Mr. Owaisi, congratulating you for the tough stand you've taken against Pakistan and Pakistan-based terror. How do you respond? What would you tell those who once saw you as anti-national and today are saying Owaisi is the true nationalist?
Again, I would say our democracy is working. They can say whatever they want. That doesn't changes me. That I am not dying for anyone's praises. I have never asked for a certificate of patriotism and nationalism of anyone. I will continue to say what I have to say, but if they have realized, oh, Mr. Owaisi has said this, what can I tell them? I have always been like this. So we are not, I don't, see, this is democracy. Today they have praised you, tomorrow they'll criticize you. So this happens in politics, the day any politician, any leader starts accepting that every 24 hours I should be praised. And if anyone who doesn't praises me, then I will go after him, then that is not democracy. That is not democracy. You're weakening democracy basically.
Okay. Asaduddin Owaisi, for joining me and speaking as firmly as ever, clearly as ever. Appreciate you joining me and welcome back home.
Thank you, Raj.